Hey, welcome back. Another day, another vlog. Big day today, Tuesday, the 14th here in Australia. Wherever you're coming from, it might be a different day. We do live in the future, although our technology is far in the past, especially internet. Now, big news tonight, I'll just turn this down, is obviously the Canon show tonight, 8 o'clock, 8 o'clock tonight, the Canon release here in Eastern States, so it's 6 o'clock, so it's probably just about on now. So that's all happening live. I'll report about that tomorrow. I'll have a show tomorrow. It's shift change tonight, but I'm just going to be editing. I'm not doing anything tomorrow. I've got some work to do. At 1 o'clock, at midnight, is the Razer show, and at 3 a.m. Eastern, which at 1 o'clock, is the Apple event. So big night for tech. Techtember is here. This is the big day. We've got 3 big events hitting off tonight, so massive amount to get through. So want to get this done and then probably get some dinner, get organised, start doing some work and get ready for those. So I'll be up late tonight, getting a show ready for you, and we'll have that out tomorrow for you for the show. So Apple's probably going to be one everyone's really keen on to see what they're actually going to release. I think we all know what we want them to do and what they're due to do. It's, I guess, what they're capable of doing is the biggest question out of the whole show is how bad has COVID affected their supply chain? And I guess tonight we'll find out, but tomorrow I'll be reporting on how they've managed to bounce. Have they bounced back, or are they still in struggle mode? Because if they don't release too much, that means they've pretty much missed a whole year. By the time it gets out, October, November, September, October, you really don't have much time after that to release something because you've got to be able to sell it over that Christmas period, and people are going to be shopping early online. They're not going to be traveling out, especially here in Australia anyway. So it's going to be a bit of a weird one this year. So, well, I think that if anyone's going to do it, Apple can do it. They sort of have a locked-in supply chain and all that. They've got the beauty of being able to pay extra to get shit done. It's going to be pretty interesting to see how they go and what they can actually release tonight. So can't wait to see what's going on there. Now, we had some releases today. We've got the RS. We'll go into the Canon RS3. We know that's tonight. We've got the 2 lenses we've talked about. We'll go over them again. We've also got some accessories. Now, the accessories are the DM E1D microphone, the AD E1 adapter, so that adapts your normal speed lights into this new powered adapter that they've got, the new hot shoe, the smart hot shoe. With the microphone, you don't need a cord going into your microphone port if you've got that smart one. It is a stereo microphone, but it'll be interesting to see that. And the other one was a speedlight transmitter that you can multiple speed lights. So probably more, I guess, in studios for portrait stuff and magazines and bits like that, so they can run multiple. So that's what that's all about. So there are accessories. Now, they're not out till November. They're sort of a couple $100. They're probably not going to affect you if you are going to get the R3. The adapter is an interesting one because that's good because I guess if you're a professional and you've got existing speed lights, you don't want to have to go and buy the whole new speed light set that sits that shoe for at least for a bit until they wear out. So you can basically take this adapter, put it into your new R3 and use your old gear and get some value out of it. So that's pretty good. That's nice to see Canon do that. Now, last minute from Canon Rumours today, big leak. Oh, not a big leak, but a big video leak. So photography-wise, everything's pretty much buttoned up on what we're going to get. The price is $6,000 US. We know that. We don't know what it's going to cost in other countries. Talked to someone on the forums today, and they're saying that the exchange rate doesn't mean anything because 20% tax in Europe or something. So I'm not sure if that's accurate. Here we pay 11% GST, but it's built into the price. I know in the States it's very confusing because you don't know what tax you got to pay until you get to the counter, which is just a nightmare. I don't know how they can have a system where you've got to work out. You look at a price on the shelf, but then it's different to that, depending on which state you're in, to how much tax you've got to remember to magically work out in your head. So a little bit, that is painful. It's one of my biggest probably pet peeves, I guess. I mean, I guess if you live there and grew up with it, you know it. It's easy for us. Whatever the price says is what the price says. It's the tax is all in there. There's no if, buts, or maybe. But yeah, apparently 20% on Europe, so that's why the price will go up. So I'm not sure. A little bit of disparity there, but I'm not sure about taxes. But I think that they should be all sort of even, but generally I think Europe gets stung a fair bit. The boys at Ingaf, I know, constantly get it peeved because normally what the price is in America, 6,000 America, it'll be £6,000, which then is just ridiculous because that's worth way more than the US dollar. So you could realistically go and get one, I believe. So fly over and get a free holiday and then go back and you've got a camera. So and save for the same price. So 6K, 60 frames a second. How cool is that? That's something that hadn't been discussed or mentioned. And realistically, I don't think anyone talked about video camera for the leaks for this. It wasn't really mentioned, and I think it was all about photography. It was like, and at the last minute, we get the press release from the Canon USA, 6K, 60 frames a second. What else did they have in there? 12 frames a second mechanical, and hang on, I'll just and you've got high sensitivity light capturing efficiency, native ISO up to 102,000. I think it's able to go up to 200,000 ISO, so that's pretty darn special. And what else? Canon Log support, uncropped 4K 120 frames a second, 10-bit. So look, video-wise, as I said, hadn't really discussed that. I've got all the stuff out of their press release. I've dropped that in so you can have a bit more read for the technical stuff minded out there of you. But 6K, 60 frames a second, that's a pretty good deal. That puts a lot of heat on the R5, I think. Yeah, sure, R5's 8K. Once you learn how to manage it and use it, the heat's not an issue. That's sort of, it seems we moved on from that. But a 6K, that's a pretty good quality picture. When you bring that down to 4K and compress it, which is what anyone's going to use at maximum anyway. I mean, I don't think the last time I had a 4K TV was before when Jack smashed it with a bell. But yeah, all the rest, I watched everything on a 1080 monitor, so there's not much need for a 6K or even 8K. But it gives you a lot of options to move in and out of the shots and play crop and do some fun stuff. So 6K I think is really, really good. So again, nothing wasn't ever sort of touted as a video-centric camera. It was always photography, a pro photographers. And well, yeah, it's got some good video features. So that's going to make some people happy. Now, obviously, once this is over, the show's over, there's going to be 65 billion friggin' videos on YouTube. So that's going to be good. That's going to give me something else to watch and see the reviews and see actually how good this thing is. Is the hype up to what the product we get? Good news is, I think, that lens, that 100 to 400, super stoked on that. I actually think that and the 16mm are going to be big sellers. For the normal people like myself with the RP, that 100 to 400, the 16mm it's a no-brainer. For literally just over $1,000 Australian, you can get a wide angle and a lens, and I can combine that with my 24 to 105, and I've got a full kit RF lenses. Thank you, Canon. That's awesome. Super stoked about that. Definitely something I can look at and I want to plan in. It's, I guess, stock levels will be the tricky part for that one, I think. So hopefully they've got enough stock there because they will sell like hotcakes, no doubt. So if there's a pre-order up, I suggest you get in for either lens. If you want them both, you're going to have to pre-order them both and get in on them. So they will go quick. Now, Xiaomi has announced their smart glasses. So we had Facebook and Ray-Ban the other day or last week. And now we have Xiaomi's dropped their glasses. Styling-wise, very sort of retro, actually, I would have thought. They look like glasses Bruce Lee used to wear. So very 70s, 80s, that Carrera sort of style. And I think that's probably coming back. So I think, actually, it'll probably do pretty well in the styling department. Now, it uses a mini LED display in your right. As far as I could see, there's not much information. It's basically just announcing at the moment. Didn't say it's on sale or anything like the Ray-Ban ones are in the Facebook. So with no prices as well. But it uses a mini LED as a heads up. You can get messages. You can take phone calls on there. it'll give you directions. So you, like your Google Maps, it'll give you directions. So if you're riding your push bike, it'll tell you where you go. If you're going to a certain spot and you don't know where you're going, then why would you be on a bike? That's a bit weird, but it's quite handy in that regards. I did ask a question on there, is wondering if it actually swapped eyes. So if you didn't want it in your right eye, if you want it in your left eye, I guess my right eye is my best eye. I'm a right-hander, so I guess that's probably fairly normal for a right-handers that your right eye is more dominant. So would it not be better in your left eye? So I wonder if that's possible. You can change which eye you can view it in. That would be my only caveat on it. Maybe something that if it sells okay in the first model, they might bring it into the second model where you can chop and change and pick which lens you want to put it into. Other than that, a little bit on it. Now, they're going to show tomorrow, September 15th. So there's Xiaomi with their new phone, the 11T series. So that's coming out tomorrow. So there'll be more on the glasses then. So we'll get a little, hopefully I'll watch that show tomorrow and then get you a bit more when we talk about the Canon stuff and the Apple and everything. It's going to be a monster show tomorrow. Probably be 45 minutes the way I'll go, way I'll waffle on. But so there's more on that. Yeah, LED option and heads-up display. So it comes up, it's just like a little green sort of thing, same as what you've got in your cars, similar sort of concept. So see how we go. Now, last but not least, Nissan Gtr. We did say they were coming out, but at least they had the Nissan show today. The last internal combustion engine GTR is probably the best way to look at it. Was released. Now there's a T series and there's a premium T series, a T spec, and a R T spec, and basically it's got basically all the goodies that you used to have to pay extra for, basically shoved in. They've taken 18 kilos off the weight by using carbon fiber hoods, roofs, spoilers, stuff like that. They've dropped the weight. But basically, it's finessed to the nth degree. For the R35 model, it is, I guess, as a base spec unit, it is the best you can get with everything they've learned through that model range they've put into this last car. Now, if you are wanting one, it's only released in Japan, so you're going to have to find a way to buy it there and get it back to wherever you are and then somehow use it. Or if you're in Japan, you've got 2 weeks to put your interest in and I guess pay a deposit. So you have to contact your local Nissan dealer or Nismo dealer in Japan. There's only 100 of these things getting made. They're going to do a lottery, so that's why you've only got 2 weeks to put in. Then they'll put everyone's names in a hat, draw them out. First 100 names out, they get to buy one, and then that'll be it for the R35. So, and I believe they have already talked about a hybrid. I actually think they would be crazy to worry about going hybrid when they should be moving straight to electric, going four motors, motor on each. GTR with a motor on each wheel makes a lot of sense. Crazy, ridiculous, super fast GTR to come on the electric model. So that'll be the R36. That'll be what's next. Probably a couple of years away. This will probably gives them a bit more break, a bit more time to, I guess, fine tune that and get that electric program going. They do have a good electric program. Hopefully they put that technology into the R36, and it's maybe only 2-3 years away. See how we go. But as I said the other day, it's going to be about 400 grand. They're not cheap. It's going to be, the last 35s. They were fantastic. I was lucky enough to drive a R35 Black Series in Vegas at the racetrack. And as I said the other day, it's still the fastest, best handling car I've ever been in. And I've been in a 308, Ferrari 308. I've been in Porsches and a few other race cars while I've been in Vegas. So I've had a chance to drive some super fast cars, but nothing compared to that. So handling wise, rails, it is literally like rails, the old saying. It's like having a Mini, which is better than that. That's the only other car that's handles better. My old deluxe Mini I used to have. You could basically go full speed round a corner in a Mini and never even worry about rolling. That's how good they were. The new Minis are crap. They're too big. They just kept putting all this safety crap in and making them too big because everyone wanted comfort. But yeah, very nice car. So it's sad to see the 35 move on and retire, but looking forward to an electric GTR. How exciting is that? It's pretty cool. I'm stoked. And well, I've got lots to do tonight, so I better stop waffling on. Let you get back to what you're doing. Shift change, big night. Techtember is out of control tonight. We've got heaps. Canon's on now. Apple, Razer, Xiaomi tomorrow. Whatever else I've forgotten about. Dana still to come on the 16th. So heaps more. Stay tuned, stay by, and I'll keep you up to date as best I can. Whether you come in this way, that way. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.